Who was Judas, the disciple who betrayed Jesus? Judas was a disciple who was born and raised in a harsh terrain, similar to where the mighty King David learned to become Israel's most excellent shepherd. The surname, Iscariot, that Judas received from his father could refer to the place where he grew up, the zealous town of Karioth in Judea. Although it is unclear whether Judas was an extremist like the Zealots, his background suggested that he sought a Messiah to restore Israel's freedom. As a son of the tribe of Judah, raised in the heart of Judea and bearing the honored name Judas, there may not have been a more loyal Jew in all of Israel. Choosing companions to accompany us on various journeys can be daunting, as it is a critical decision that can lead to pain, betrayal, and regrets. Even Jesus himself had to prayerfully choose his closest friends and disciples, who would be taught his Father's ways. Jesus summoned 12 disciples and bestowed upon them power and authority over unclean spirits, to drive them out and to cure diseases and weaknesses. Matthew chapter 10 verse 1. These 12 men were called for the important work ahead, and each one accepted the privilege to walk closely with the Messiah, including Judas Iscariot. So why did Judas, a dedicated disciple, take up the responsibility to stand by the side of his master, only to betray him? To understand why Judas went that far, it is necessary to examine his actions. As a disciple, Judas often went out with the others to carry out the master's tasks, and he achieved remarkable results. Like the other disciples, Judas recognized the abundance of the harvest and the need to spread the good news of salvation. He understood that there were few workers available to proclaim the methods of salvation, and he encouraged them to pray for more laborers. Luke chapter 10 verses 2-3. One could even consider Judas as a sheep being led by the Good Shepherd, as he listened and obeyed instructions. The Bible does not mention rebellion or laziness in Judas. Whenever there was work to be done, people to serve, and healing to be dispensed, Judas was hard-working and dedicated. However, one must be aware of the little traps that can distract and derail us, especially when everything seems to be going well. At some point, Judas' heart became set on his own agenda, deviating from the Master's purpose. Judas, along with the other disciples, had a good testimony and the potential to bring more people from darkness to light. But his heart became corrupted by greed, especially when he took on additional responsibilities that involved handling money, apart from his duty as a disciple. He became the accountant for the whole team, using his knowledge of numbers and evaluating the value of items in different markets. This became evident when he valued the perfume poured by Mary at 300 denarii. John chapter 12 verses 1-6. Judas' financial skills were relied upon to ensure the smooth running of their activities, including feeding crowds of thousands. However, his heart, consumed by greed, led him to become a thief. He began embezzling the group's savings, potentially starting by altering the books. Unfortunately, his greed eventually led to his downfall. Judas' betrayal of Jesus for 30 pieces of silver, which he believed to be of great value, was a tragic turning point. He chose the instant satisfaction that money provided, disregarding his relationship with God. He made a conscious decision to betray his Lord, which is exemplified when he went to the chief priests and asked what they would give him for handing Jesus over. Matthew chapter 26 verses 14-15. After betraying Jesus' trusted friends, family members, or a counselor. It takes courage to acknowledge our mistakes and seek reconciliation, but the healing and restoration that can come from it are worth it. Remember, the story of Judas serves as a cautionary tale for all of us. It reminds us of the dangers of allowing greed, selfishness, and deceit to take root in our hearts. It teaches us the importance of maintaining a genuine and loyal heart, especially in our relationships with others. Let us strive to be like the faithful disciples who walked closely with Jesus, learning from his teachings, and following his example of love, compassion, and selflessness. Let us cultivate a heart that seeks to serve and uplift others, rather than being driven by personal gain. In our own journeys, as we choose our companions and embark on various paths, may we be mindful of the weight and significance of our decisions. Let us surround ourselves with people who share our values, support our growth, and encourage us to walk in the footsteps of righteousness. Finally, let us never underestimate the power of prayer and seeking guidance from God. Just as Jesus prayed and carefully selected his disciples, we too can seek divine wisdom and discernment when making important choices in our lives. By aligning our will with God's, we can find strength, direction, and the ability to resist the temptations that may lead us astray. So let us learn from the story of Judas, acknowledging the gravity of his actions while also recognizing the importance of our own choices. May we strive to be faithful, loyal, and accountable in all aspects of our lives, seeking to bring light, love, and redemption to a world in need. As we reflect on the story of Judas, let us also remember the boundless mercy and forgiveness offered by Jesus. Despite Judas' betrayal, Jesus still extended his love and forgiveness to him. It is a reminder that no matter how far we may have strayed or how deep our mistakes may be, there is always an opportunity for redemption and restoration. In our own lives, let us embrace the grace of forgiveness, both for ourselves and for others. It can be a challenging journey to release the burden of guilt and shame, but through genuine repentance and seeking reconciliation, we can experience the transformative power of forgiveness. Moreover, let us guard against the seeds of greed and deceit that may try to take root within us. It is crucial to examine our hearts regularly, ensuring that we are driven by a desire to serve, uplift, and honor God and those around us. By cultivating virtues such as honesty, humility, and integrity, we can build a solid foundation for our character and relationships. In times of temptation and struggle, let us turn to God for strength and guidance. He understands our weaknesses and is ready to offer His support. Through prayer, studying His Word, and cultivating a deep relationship with Him, we can find the spiritual fortitude to resist the allure of sin and stay true to our faith. Lastly, may the story of Judas serve as a reminder that our choices have consequences. Every decision we make has the potential to impact not only our own lives but also the lives of those around us. Let us, therefore, strive to choose wisely, considering the values and principles we hold dear. In conclusion, the story of Judas is a sobering tale that compels us to examine our hearts, values, and choices. It reminds us of the importance of loyalty, integrity, and the pursuit of righteousness. Through the grace of forgiveness and the guidance of God, we can navigate our paths with wisdom, seeking to honor Him and bring hope to the world.